Well, me sorry I no pay Asante Kotoko in the trends for very obvious reasons, not too good reasons. Which are trends na Asante Kotoko na at the top of the trends, and I had to check. Even though I know why the club is in the top of the trends, I had to check to see why Asante Kotoko. But then, what has become of Asante Kotoko in recent times is that they are always in the negative. They are always in the thick of affairs. Asante Kotoko recorded their worst ever record in the Ghana Premier League. Kotoko will be 90 years next season. But this year, they have recorded their worst ever results in the Ghana Premier League in terms of losses. So, Kotoko worst record, or fifth worst record in the Ghana League. Say, we share omo record a omo league na. Not just say in 2023-2024 season, they've lost 11 games already. So it could get worse. You understand? It could get worse. They've recorded 11 losses. There are 8 more matches to go in the Ghana Premier League. And in 2006-2007, they recorded 10 losses in the entire season. In 2000, they recorded 10 losses. So before this, now we're in the 2 worst record in the club's Premier League season in terms of losing games in a season. In 1999, they lost 9 games in the entire season. And at 2000, they lost 8 games in the entire season. And this season, the reason why it can get worse is that we have 26 matches and there are still 8 more games or so to go. And if they've recorded 11 losses this season, it means that more matches to go, there could even be more. And why the fans are agitated is the reason why Meba Abeshe Kotoko recent record. Obienim said this is a club that should not sink this low. I was asking this yesterday, say, will Kotoko ever sink this low again? Because now on the Ghana Premier League table, if you check, let me see their placing. If you check the Ghana Premier League table, Kotoko, any House of Folk, 10 and 11. So Asante Kotoko, Ababeda 11th, and a House of Folk, or 10th. It doesn't get worse than this. And the reason is that they are not even getting better. When you talk about Asante Kotoko, there are a section of the fans who would never agree with you. It doesn't mean that what we are saying is the truth. But what I can say, and it's Asante Kotoko there, the problem is themselves. Asante Kotoko are their own problems. It is not the cause of anybody. There is no external causation to the fall of Asante Kotoko. They know, say it is within. It is Kotoko destroying Kotoko. Why am I saying this? No club in this world has ever functioned properly without structures. Whether the structures are formal or they have been entrenched in a certain quarters running the club. No club in the world. Maybe you may not see it on paper, but club no structures be a push. It could be an individual. It could be a group of people. No club. Football no a big now. And this first maybe a 1-2 people be no more yet the mobile. Say no, there are so many organizational structures around a club. There are so many departments. And this is why any problem we expert are more now emotions and sentiments the club will not, and I repeat, the club will not see a smooth running. Maybe they will win 1, 2, 3 games now refi. But for consistency in terms of on the field, any of the field there, you clearly need a strong structure, an organizational system, a put club or not in check consistently. Off the field, maybe revenue. On the field, win. Sometimes you will not get both. It's a mutual and you're mutually exclusive. You are not winning one and stopping one. You can still win on the field and make money or revenue. Kotoko and make it both. They are not making any. Say last season crown of Muji Liga. That is not the standard of Kotoko. Almost standard no ye TP Mazembe, Mamelodi Sundowns, Ahlimo. So only will be started. You may be now take a chase. Nobody is saying say they should not be getting lower or sometimes club will be a go through ne bad state. But Kotoko there no. they are never going to get to the level I know more now if they don't put the club on a sound footing. Because I've seen, say, reading materials on Kotoko in the past, na club on the structures, and easy. People don't even know that Kotoko had their a private charter jets. I do call African matches. Nti eneya de na yehu TP Mazembe mo se omo ye no. Na Kotoko wo palace no wo charter jetta. Kotoko matches in kwane de omo. Kotoko had cooks. Cooks are high or more best. Some of them were not from Ghana. Togolese cooks are no aduane. Some of them were Arabians. Those of you who know your club history properly, and I have these books around. Kotoko had a best system. Ne ran 69, 70, 71, 72. In 71, Kotoko went to play African matches the entire season with a private jet, a charter jet. Manshia ediamomo. Enti sa wo Kotoko na nye nne die ibia Kotoko ekobo match no mo pe plane take it almost restre no. Some of these things in the past na bia ye ntran to paper so, but they had a protocol system from Manshia Direct. How many of you know say Kotoko bought 69 African Champions League 1970, 71, 80s no more private jetter Manshia a devotee for them? How many of you know say the likes of is it Mukazel and Lebanese for Mohano Muskano? They were brought to Manshia because of their love for Kotoko to invest in the club, and they made profit and also had their passion satisfied. And what they compare that time now, but the club was running and superior to all the other clubs in the country because the structures then no. Because end up paper so, but it was so solid. The people on board, how then said GFA secretary to me join Ejuma be Kotoko. O shake Charles a friend say Franca PJ mo level and no more or mo de run a club na. And there will be as a Jimbre, but Mr. Osha on paper. Now share how Kotoko was run then. Now a young one wants to ali ne other clubs or Musromo. Because all to Egypt. Na Kotoko the private jet be bomb match we ya tukwa usro. How then? How many European clubs had even the idea say you be charter jets, you will cooks, you were your personal security from palace. Our money team they travel. Team no was in isolation. The supremacy was so pure because the club was being run professionally. And no niama be brain koye. Niama no be brain Kotoko is such a gold mine. Obia wokrum ha bia nim club a we need 3 4 twaso 5 we had just 5 games to fill the stadium. I'm telling you Kotoko had just 5 African Cup campaign matches to fill the stadium. 5 for no winning mu 3 no one draw 2. You just need that. All the dead supporters will come. And you remember Dr. Kwame J time. You remember Kotoko versus Kadiogo Kumase Nana Yamponsa time or Mufri Mono. All of a sudden, the stadium was almost full. So Kotoko is a gold mine. She clubs be or more Bremediema, Dreams FC, or more try to get 1,000 supporters in their state. It is not easy. So if a club like Kotoko or bought 5 matches consecutively performing for Africa, no affiliate stadium, it is a gold mine in this economic crisis. Now to me, enya sa fans wait to now just how we need 15 matches to us. So imagine. Recently, mo share videos on Twitter of Kotoko's performance and Bashir Hayford and then the fans in the stadium. That is the club. And they will be all laid back because they don't see the direction. Until Mulu Suninano, where the best coach, where the best previous management, where the best current management, but they know, say, that is not the problem. That is not the problem. Their problem is that there is no structure. Obiaba undiso. Because Mami Fan is a previous management of Nane Amponsa, or more international and diaspora relation. Kotoko in the 80s, no more diaspora relation. No more be Dr. KK's upon time they had. Kotoko is such a big brand and a local club. And there no more diaspora relation, international relations anyway. Omunibi, it is our structure no, Omato actually. Herbert Mensah time they had, and more Bio Dortmund, any other clubs no more or more relationship no. Every season, 2 seasons, they throw away a structure. You can throw away management. You can throw away players. You can throw away coaches, technical team. But you can't throw away the club structure. It is the identity. The club's identity, your basic structure is that. The core administration, which a club and a culture. Now I fix it traditional office. What fix it this office? A clear. A idea apparent to be him said this is the club structure. We don't throw away the structure. You only throw away the personnel but the structure there. A idea if you would take now the Kotoko Nibi under this IMC. Technical director or Sudan. Juma, aka head coach or say a part of management. I don't know. Until the previous structure, no more communication, or more way, no. Atogu. Says almost any communications office, me who be. Until any money be brain every season. Until say be or more call menshia, amananani or mako kasa mpoa. Menshia nim say. The structure ni nti nipa na onye adwuma na ho ana se o se beefy up this department na ye beefu nya se ye clean team no ye pam obi ani. How do you wash away your structure? Why is Kotoko structure obi hu se we na enkoyi a ye marketing na enkoyi a ye hu ye international relation na enkoyi a ye hu ye technical department na enkoyi a na hu se ye board technical directorate no na nze ye omko for me technical directorate Mali Jabe omo ne friend saying senior players and coaches or more Kotoko, they formed a technical directorate for Kotoko. Okay, Mali Jabe omo. So omo na bebuano mo two coach for ewahi. Se kwesi apia na asa baba ye technical director. The next one, ube unso masa to asa form IMC fufra new portfolio ni position. Nti club na nkasa any direction. Untumi nkase otumfo osei tutu. Opimso ompeting no da. Nanana to me Jane Krata was say, hey, me Kotoko idie hamio. The king himself knows. But the problem is that the king is so much occupied. Or he need to me mfa bibia nkosi Kotoko. Eniyama e ho kumase no friends e konfano chigu akwan gold sem gal nti ohene de ne council for ene man ye adwuma. But I think say in terms of Kotoko, council for no ene ombeka nana de ombeka bia obeye. Me pesa mutie audio bi ana video bi abra otumfo osei tutu nana mebo me mu ase ope coach ediama Kotoko abra nana amponsa koye no tie the nti ameka about council nipa omo be kire nana say ye ball nyamo ne be kire no omo a nana frɛ omo say mumua me na menye sei tie kwanya nana fa so a ofa ogum back eba Kotoko na yento aso se ye kase ebia obi mpeti mo enye ebi ne opemso ye dia mano ye dia interest no spirit ne na dia mano ye part of idea wo so hwe so menya sure se opemso entu kumase entwene ya se bi obetokotoko atwene but yentie kwan a ogumfa so a obae na yento aso
ayi akwezi apia de wo ye den ya na chese ono woni ano de meka no wo ye ntwene
no na akwezi apia de den ya oni we ye team no ono akobita na chese de ewra be bia no alubiso mo de ye juma
coach no ba ya kasa pa na me busa se coach ben pa na betumi abehwe team ya mame
no there was a coach no ba ya no practice no busa se my part of it must be more really Yama.
Pia Bonidin.
So, by a Pia Bonidin.
Penny back one cry.
So, Penny back one cry, also for coach Koyadin.
Team manager Bonidin.
So, team manager coach Koyadin.
Penny back on so Bonidin chair.
And I put him back on some chair.
Yes, and the empanelment.
No, while you were sending him to coach from
or buy catchers will run. My Bussamwa won't have it to have a yemi team, Memoaba no Baba Yama.
No, buy no catchers will run. My Bussamwa, so won't have it to my team. It's bright, now we find shows at the Bama.
Now, my catchers und media mark me pet yes and no Miss Wamramba yet.
No, you're or catch me say what no yes me can what be no bra never head man from me
or no so obaye
so on so the was here e o yo no baba su
Because administrator back or no ye form deputy general secretary or DFina or Wahasi or Kotoko administrator.
Well, naturally say nipa opemso wa mboni trim ana ne trim sebe se ogum be yetim no. A man for ya na ye refi. This is 9 months ago. Abra ya ba appoint ogum back to the club. So consult to nipa omo mata nyina me nka se consult to ye. Asante amamre mu no. Nana nim bibia. But omo a odi tu o manim se mo mfa we mra na o meboa me team no. Hwan na beboa? Omo ne tu nanafo anase omo na omo kire nanase ogum na beboa. Kwate ase. Council. Ohini bi o wi ase bia o ye na adwuma with council. Enti o monitoring se ogum na me ye adwuma no, including people within the team say papa we na betima ye adwuma no. Sankrofo ya so na omo wo ho a omo so engineer ya ma papa no so sa akoye. Na omo wo ho fa ne say previous management in the year no, nti omo say on Saimra waba a o ye adwuma no. One, enti muhu ba bia ogum ofri bae as a coach. Oba ye niam nkoyie. Niam anya den enkoyie baako. Supporters na start nana yempeno nana ogum okuyo nana ogum ontumi na no kra supporter bi koka mu a omokobo obo wo dreams ekodidi natem. Yempeno na me so omo sanko back biem. Asama opemso kaye abra omokofa ogum bae so omo appointing no. Tie tim ni wura de asem na make you mama obia dode koka tie de opemso okae abra wodi ogum bae no. Ne job description and ne mandate, basically mandate odema ogum no. This is it. Na yenko back se wo ma obi adwuma na enkoyi ana samanfo adwen ye o mo se enkoyi a na adwuma ne board of directors ana se CEO no letter of appointment no in Asante amamrem sa na meka no ne letter of appointment mandate nana edema ogum any target eno so yentie
da o ma se pe pa tere bi o betumi akotra coach afi no aba enti me pre wo ho kikiki se team kikiki man perform for pressure se chinchina akwaji cap wo ase ye team ni ye na nye ye mame
coach you are say afi no aba yi me pre wo ho kikiki na man fo bi ase chinchina akwaji cap debi sisele kakra na enyina yi intima pressure bia beto so chinchira project up animani ya team ni ye de that ni ye ene eura so ya so za all the through
ifa na wo ho no woni mo talent wo mo boye na betun agikapa eye na za enso kakra me pre wo ho me ni mo kogu ase bonesa na nkwa ni mo na yeye ma eni fie me ensa na ye team kakra
you are saying players woni mo bia talent tisha kakra na empro wo sa animani mu ya opedeka ebe du be se fie me ensa na so mu so na wo se kama na team na afa ntuma prefer na kama
oje cup amepe ukoje Africa cup amepe so ye team ni ye mantimi nkwa animo
so you are so oje cup ope so ukoje Africa cup ope na so team no no se hwe na ye ni ye na team nkwa animo na team ni na no no dey so
ya hawo ma wo na wo so kunu no waka che benfo
well na che se ye hu de nana edito team no ogumanim wose mo obi ankopre ne ho ama ne 3 years onko pre ne ho onko je cap bia anti se supporters no mo se mo pick this season league na agea na se mo come back to the job description ohin opemso ne de ohin kese no de waka kire mpanyimfo no a mo de ye adwuma no nti se mo si team no mo ankasa mo nim se ni wura ne dia ni wura na asema wo kani se mo na mo si team ne ye mo dia dia ne mo nye because clearly adwuma no enkoye baako ogumba no obeseti recorder me ankasa second coming de mempe And I said it several times. Men per second because who the wabe be out to wash it free. Say Kotoko no we coach. The kind of management na hono unya support. And a coaching kwa nye adwuma say the make no. E was our management ne sound. Baby ye adwuma say nipa miensa nan mienu kra ni ho. Untumi hu hwan na Kotoko no problem bi si a wo kɔ ne ho say marketing problem, international relations ebi obi free abrochire kra ba ana club bi obi baby opeso ne Kotoko lazy a ade ye broad. Sa adwuma no na overload abomo so for 9 months they don't have a permanent management and they don't have a structure. Oma collapse the entire structure na ye adwuma no ade for aba. Into every season or 2 seasons they have a new structure. You can and a club on any year. Say one thing no crass say, baby Edru ne dear. Say a gold miner. Yan two and some fan fret and penny phobia or more chrome how woos casse. Or penny. We ne dear yet. Say oh bana ye di team nabo abaso and I say dear shira wo. A traditional club dear. But fanatiza dear wo ya o pure water business no. Na sign 10-year contracts. Obia me pamon. Sign 10-year contract. Before 10-year contract, ne ma yen hu de obeye. Enti nipa 3-4 no mo de proposal say ba sikafo a omo wealthy people no mo ska omo ba omo ye wealthy no omo so ombe ba omo fan krata nto ho de ompe so ombeye no manhia ene ne supporters ebeji atum say na when ye pay we dey say after 5 years no o de ye be African Cup semi final na also obesi ye stadium na maye na wonya share wom. Nti se wo pam no kra stadium no de dan krata so se ne shares nie na also obeye ye estate amaye obeye park and nine num e de amaye. Nti se club no in the next 20 years what to shares wom na supporters no mo kuma nkoda se ye ntumi me pam no capriciously se ye ndi e penny ye na nipa no so enam se ni business interest not traditional interest ni business interest wo munti on hwe se enkokwa. Se player na also okoto no obebo go shema no no onye ska obeto hwe de Moses Park eye no eye ni business interest not the traditional interest. Traditional interest ne de eye inherent say ha na ufri nti ye de abo abaso. Business interest ne financial interest Bible kraka say ba bia wajapade wo no ho no akoma wo. So the separation between business interest, the distinction no, this is what Kotoko has not found. Nipa na yari team asho omonsa sisi a omo ye because say ya bo mo anoba se mo meye na momfa ensom oman no enya bone a traditional aspect e say o serve but club no so ye business entity now enti business interest na nipa na di be shem no e na obe ya tenika na wo balance club no books no no so atene de bibia da krata so manhia rep mienu miensa accounting omo nyina wom signatories club nipa na oba no obi wensu obi a ye nyina na ye sign entenye nipa ne nko na bia obera ne club no sika ba manhia won rep supporters wo mo rep nipa na oba no so won rep o mo nyina hu se de eba ni ne percentage ni ye de ni manhia so ka photo kakra e betie ni na Kotoko run better a mo kwa Africa o mo win no those times no Adidas and other companies Schnapp Rob Golden Tulip Hotel big institutions o mo kruma nyina obi apese stand charts enyina de o mo don Kotoko nti club na ye yi a Asante man nyina Ghana nyina epija no nti se woni structure no na time bia na eye traditional interest na mesomo ba mesom ne sen nti we have to understand say ohine ne de anya so on petim no the council people are giving as obi aba hwe nana ya otami Nihero said legal officer, international relations officer, communications officer, administrative and operations CEO. And no be any say traditional say club ya person running well. Na Kotoko dey in the traditional aspect no. One also dey panyi ohene baako because time a otumfo pokuare e dey club ne ko African Cup. E kodi first second. Na no oduru ni mapa o. Asumija hene no o board no so. Onimade e ohene but on represent traditional interest. Ntum pesa mo de club no ko we bia every traditional line na wone mo akasa wa kire me say yenye ne sa ne mom oh yen balance between traditional interest in any way no say de be ya yen kogu manhia so ho fi that is it edu ba bi Kotoko wo chief priest nyina sumankwa hene it is not bad but now the professional business interest, should be the paramount direction of the club. Nobody can take Menchia away from Kotoko. Nobody can take Kotoko away from Menchia. But then the club needs to see, say, you're hitting the road that you go. No more fancy or in any moyam. Menchia dana me bo kwanya ofa so onya ogum edene baye no. We are just saying another better say one day say me ko internet so akopio coach. That be he believes in his counsel. Or he no bibi e kokso okumase bia wonim. He believes and tokwa kese a war resolve it. You cannot say nana ni interest or Kotoko no. But obubo nipa or frere or mo ansana or choose to coach. Sa nipa no coach no say omo e de omo interest. Omo di omo interest di omo anim na omo Asante man ne club ni interest ani omo anim na ebi obi hu anyinti ama we mra. Why no ma serve ni interest? Ohene de aye na dwuma wo. The spirit and the tradition actually no why say was so one na hin konya. Club no cannot continue to run like this. Me say Kotoko, you can never say a gold mine. Club about 5-10 matches now win here. All of a sudden, not dead supporters in neighbor. How? Sinking low, supporters nana ye wo nana. Omu nim de nana no so de ama ogum no. Say ogum no betima ye adwuma so onye we bi mo so na recommended the number. Na ogum no beda ye adwuma wa bra system na ho no so nye. Morino kra beda ye adwuma Kotoko. Morino. Untumi. Because club need him say na make no. You can be cut off capriciously at any time, which doesn't work. It won't work. How can a club like Kotoko baby amuwi worst ever season performance after so ma hit the road I say omoko manim kakra bi no worst ever season? And this year, the pressure is on the coach. Ogum. They don't even care about the structure. Say, in the last 20 years, I can produce to you Kotoko different structures. Structure, the OBN, say your basic structure is the foundation. If you be anywhere, Maminka Bim, if you be anywhere, Ubetimaka say, if you wait there, said you sit here, no, if you nisi ho, but your tutu, asieno, HNG foundation. Untumi or foundation and now the bar we are say. Ubetime to roof, which is players. Ubetime to a pillar, fairness saying a bob, which is coach, and untumi change structure no. Kotoko nkwane yi foundation no atuogu, no the fofraba every day. Where's our club no? Me say in the last 20 years from Herbert Mensah Eba, Kotoko with different portfolios, structure, department, how or running. And you cannot do this and expect until fleetingly no man win 1, 2, 3 games for one league. Yay, but club no. Edu baby no mo win Ghana League. Omo fan say normal. No mo kwa Africa na uhu omo no mo nkufie. How did this happen? Proper structure. But if you put the structure in place, you run it professionally to meet the demands of the time. Baby, I drew Riasa no. Send you running by Leverkusen, send you running Man City, send you running TP Mazembe, send you running Mamelodi Sundowns. There no more in peculiarity and a particular. Yeah, they running. Ubehu say there is a particular team running through omunina investment, finances, structure, investment, finances, structure, investment. Kotoko nibi. Nano yeso omuko menshei. Nana kachire omu say nana ne kutua 5 months na omodeka. Omu di ombasi uri amenshia players omu team no 5 months ni entry a omuka. Nti club ne saying. Yanene saying. Anene saying. Say niema ansesa dia. The new IMC no omu ho no. Niema ansesa. Enye ye o. Me yesu so coach kwasi apia onu anim say team na coach o Sudan no. Say Sudan for no omuka okaso obeye adwuma wo Ghana. No omo nti ase say America for afa no about. But ono so no oye manhia prekompe. Enye ono na de ne ho koy. They need to get full-time people who are working full-time. Ayeti omuka. Meti se Kotoko CEO ana Kotoko board member yeti omuka. Eh omaka tua ne so. Ubate amanfo CEO aoji akatua say what share. Share saga nemrem. Obi ko no school abe draw structure amount e de abetoto niema wo say nakatua eso ne e kasa. Yes Kotoko CEO ji 20,000 cedis. Me ezi enso o masa $2,000 for Kotoko CEO. Mo degrade mo. $2,000 for Kotoko CEO. Isakra over. Isakra because who person running the year there. Won konko fa say traditional besumo. Who be for expert and it's any color. A competence. Oba wa marking no say ni say na me pe. Wo so ba no. Be di so na me ntua oka. Mutia CEO ka, mutia administrative officer ka bia Dasbury, mu ma 30,000 na 20,000. Hey, e na odi akati. E wo say mutia mu players na ka times 5. Ansa no ba mu CEO no so. Na o kan say a friend na me da bia meka no, Chiki Begristein money why Man City e ko fo mba CEO no, oba obetna Oliver Kahn mo ba be CEO ne board members dem aba ya Munich no. Yetu o mo ka o ntimi yetimi sake o mo, so mo mandate no, o ma ntimi andi so a. Kasasa the bia kasasa. But one point is a club on a structure and is it still intact? Foundation of a building, you cannot throw it away one day and still think that the building will stand. You can throw away everything, painting near other peripherals. Money foundation, entitem bia here. Na pressure koto mpenyimfo so say ye the pressure near form bibi foforo. Na only structure. International relation, you collapse all those offices. Baby, your mobile ball cry in 2024. Kotoko nibi. Yes, Musi, Adako Jachia, na yabe collapse. Now, Masako restarted for 89 years, which is a shame. To say, House of Folk, the fan say, Omoto to Omonium Abu, na me who say club be yes, money in the long term. I say, who see who dying, now who high will be dying. Pressure better also. Unyeska, but unya two a long term. House of Folk in Yasset or Mosania Mano, commercial affairs office, way office, with your training grounds, it's all my training grounds or 3 pitches, or more baby a players better, academy better, a man for baby or matemo, but or more road running, and ya fin almost I could see dime. But Kotoko, you can't say the same. But it's supposed to be the club with a lot of resources and wealth. Until Lucy no Mulusunumi and Hamil, they don't have on the field, they don't have all the field, they don't have the structure. Until you coach in the free horses here. Which is in line. Jumana oye no and so any but ebi or build the team players no the more building no ye hu ne say mbetima ye Kotoko ye club to say Real Madrid better than lose 9 games or ye rebuilding there be who needs canteen now ye rebuilding who is car wakwa big players almost say 7 matches are far who needs canteen so kofa academy ane nkran kete na de o ma behim there be they say academy na amponsa mo start ye na way. Well, let's keep on.